Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Bocw. I hope you guys are doing absolutely wonderful today. Over the next few days, we're going to have a variety of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War videos rolling out across the channel, so your support on all of them will be greatly appreciated as the launch for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is finally here. I'm going to be pumping out as many as I can, so be sure to drop a like, drop some comments down below to show some activity on the videos, and make sure you are subscribed to my channel if you are coming across this video, if it's something you're searching or if it's something I helped you out with, because I have some goals that I'm really aspiring. I really want to try to hit this year, and I would love to have you guys become part of my community. With that being said, if you want to find out any more about my community, you can also join my Discord server. If you're interested, there is a link to it down in the description of this video. We'll be using the Discord server for a variety of things throughout Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War to kind of share content around, to be able to network with each other as far as Call of Duty players and creators. We're also going to be using it whenever we run open lobbies in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, and whenever we have Friday night zombies nights, because we want to be able to use Discord so we can communicate with each other. And if you would like to find time to participate in my open lobbies for multiplayer or zombies, make sure you are following my Twitch stream as well, twitch.tv/techspot with a 0. There's also a link to that in the description below. With all of that being said, let's jump into today's video. We're going to be jumping into the settings here in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. As you saw from the title and the thumbnail that you guys may have clicked on, we're going to run through the best settings that you guys can use here on PlayStation 4 first and foremost. And whenever my PlayStation 5 comes, I will also be diving into the best settings to use on PlayStation 5 as well. I will also link it down in the description of this video, just in case you may have found this video searching for one. And I want to make sure you guys have the right accurate settings for the console that you guys are going to be playing on, especially since we are dealing with like the cross generation of consoles this year, as well as various platforms that you are able to play on. So first and foremost, I am going to be playing on controller. I do use a SCUF gaming controller on PlayStation 4. Moving into PlayStation 5, I don't know when I will actually have a SCUF controller. The only thing my SCUF controller offers is paddles on the back of the controller that allows me to jump and slide with the default format of the controller. So keep that in mind whenever I am using the default layout, default input settings for my controller itself, for the button layout. But I'm also not playing on mouse and keyboard, is why I wanted to clarify that as well. So for the horizontal sensitivity, I use 7. For the vertical stick sensitivity, I use 6. For my low zoom for aim down sight stick sensitivity, I use 1.2. For the aim down sight stick sensitivity for high zoom, I'm going to leave that at 1. For the button layout, I do play on default, like I previously mentioned. I do not flip my L1 and L2 and R1 and R2 buttons. I leave them on default. I do not invert my vertical look. Do any of you guys play with your controllers inverted for your looking, like where you look around the joystick? I would love to know if anyone plays inverted or if you ever have tried it. Sounds like a doozy in my opinion. For controller vibration off the start, I'm going to leave it enabled so I can kind of get used to the time to kill and feeling the weapon and the hit markers whenever I'm doing my damage. But later on in the game, I will probably turn that off to just make sure I don't have any additional vibration or anything else that could throw off my shot to give me more accurate shot. But off the start, I want to get used to the time to kill, how long it's going to take, and kind of let that muscle memory stick in. If you guys want to go straight to disable, that could be a personal preference, as any of this could be. These are just my settings and what I think you guys should use based on my experiences. I've been playing Call of Duty for 14 years now, so it's been a long time. For my aim down sight aim assist, I leave it enabled. Slowdown and strafing aim assist enabled. Airborne mantle behavior, I leave that on automatic. And whenever you leave this on automatic, you do not have the option to change your grounded mantle behavior, because what I would want is, like, whenever you're grounded and you want to jump up on something and you want to mantle, typically if you wanted to change your airborne to manual, then you'd have to press to like mantle on something from the ground, but I'm gonna leave it on automatic from the start. For aim down sight behavior, I have it to press and hold. Same with the steady aim as well on something like a sniper or a tactical rifle. For armor behavior, I'm going to have it apply one plate at a time. You can also change it to apply all by pressing and holding the triangle button. I'm going to leave it on 1 for now just to see how it feels. I haven't played a lot of the game modes that are going to require me to apply armor in Black Ops Cold War yet, but it will be interesting to see how that goes moving forward. Could be something I end up changing later on, maybe into like Cold War, Warzone, or something like that. The attack vehicle control mode, I'm going to use that set to aim based. We just got a Twitch follower in the middle of recording this. Shout out to you guys. If you guys aren't following me on Twitch, be like that right there. Drop a Twitch follow. Got a plug. All right, so for the stick layout, I am playing on default, like I said. I'm leaving all of these to the default settings right off the start. Left stick min input 10, left stick max input 99. Same with right stick. I'm going to leave that right there for now until I figure out what might feel a little bit better to give me the right amount of input for the physical movement. But I'm going to start with that as just keeping it default until I become more knowledgeable. And I could make a different video later on in the game. I do turn off controller sounds. I don't need my audio coming through the controller. I do use a pair of Astro A40 headphones. For auto move forward, I'm going to leave that disabled. Auto sprint, I'm going to leave disabled off the start because sometimes I might be in certain scenarios where I want to walk or something. I don't know. I may end up turning on auto sprint later on. Could be something else that we could come back to. My sprint behavior is going to be set to toggle. Sprint cancels reload. I'm going to set that to disabled because if I'm in a situation where I want to try to get away and I'm trying to reload my gun at the same time, say I pick up like a double kill, a triple kill or something like that, and I need to reload my gun, but I know I got an enemy running at me. I want to be able to reload and sprint at the same time. So I don't want my sprint canceling my reload personally. For parachuting auto deploy, I'm leaving that in enabled. That's the default setting. Equipment behavior, I want to press and hold to use equipment. If I go to play a lot of Warzone or something like that, I would probably change that over to toggle. But I do want to be able to press and hold to use equipment, open doors, pick up things off the ground, etc. For the interact and reload behavior, I want to be able to tap to reload. For the graphics, obviously you're going to set up your safe area bounds probably upon your first time loading up the game. I'm not changing any colorblind modes at this time. My field of view default starts at 80. I'm moving mine up to 100. I believe on the beta, I was playing roughly around 103. I might have even dialed it back because might have dialed it back to 100 towards like the last day of the beta or something like that. So I'm going to be playing my field of view FOV at 100 off the start. My aim down sight field of view. So I had to look up what this was. It says for independent, it says aiming down sights will zoom the field of view to its intended value. And if you change it to an affected, it says aiming down sights will zoom to a value closer to your field of view setting. This does not apply to zooms with a magnification over 4 times. And you see we have a graphic on the screen as well. I'm going to leave mine set to independent off the start, and it will zoom to the field of view of its intended value. Split screen, I won't be playing much split screen. And motion blur, make sure you disable it if you guys are not familiar with motion blur. It says it adds the blur effect when the camera or objects are moving rapidly. So if you're changing, looking around, trying to get away, turning rapidly or something, you go to sprint. I never want to miss out on seeing an enemy, you know? So I'm leaving my motion blur set to disabled so it will not show that blur on my screen. For the audios, for the audio settings, I'm not muting any sound off the start. My master volume, I'm leaving at 100. I changed my music volume down to 90 just to dial it back a tad. Left all of the other settings to default here for 100. Audio preset mix, I'm using the Treyarch mix. I do want hit markers having sound effects. Leaving all of my voice chat settings set to default off of the start. And that's pretty much all of that for audio. Pretty simple right there. I could end up changing one of the audio mixes later on. Actually, you know what? I'm changing audio preset to headphone. Audio preset to headphone. Don't miss out on that setting. For the interface, we have disabled subtitles. I don't usually like the extra clutter on my screen. I don't really have a big reason for needing that. For crosshairs, I do want my crosshairs shown on the screen at all times. I love seeing hit markers, even though they piss me off when I get them. But whenever you know you're doing damage to someone, it's nice to have that clarification, that little bit of a visual satisfaction that you are putting damage on the enemy. The damage based hit markers, like you see on this example here on screen, whenever you start to do a little more lethal hits and stuff, depending on the type of damage being affected, it'll change it to a red hit marker as well. I do want to see my enemies or allies health bars. I want to see how much health my teammates have whenever they're in a gunfight or throughout the map. And I do, for the same reason, I want to see the enemies health bars as well, especially if I want to know how close I am to possibly finishing off a kill, picking up a kill, or if my teammate needs help finishing an enemy player. I like having as much information at my fingertips and on my screen that I can, as long as it's not too cluttered. The full name is the setting that I'm going to use for the player names. The horizontal compass, I'm leaving it on the screen for now, just for orientation purposes. Floating damage numbers will still be on the screen as well. And I'm going to leave my zombie names and health bars to show all. For the advanced settings for the interface, it says in-game alert icons. I am going to leave that enabled. It's going to give you some information regarding your latency if you've been disconnected, packet bursts, and extrapolation. I don't even know, but it says the client and server are out of sync. Try rebooting. If the issue persists, contact your network provider. I've never even heard that term. I'm not that smart. Input device icons. This is going to show whether or not it's keyboard, mouse, or controller, and the mouse tooltips as well. I'm not using keyboard and mouse, like I said. That'd be some settings you could probably change here if you're playing on PC, or I guess even if you were using a keyboard and mouse on console, but that's for chicken heads. Little chicken heads do that. I'm not changing my display name for Activision. It's going to still be Dexbot with a 0 because I'm your hero. Don't forget it. Crossplay I'm going to leave enabled most of the time, probably, unless we start seeing them hacks rolling out like we saw some during the beta, which is kind of a doozy. Honestly, I probably will leave it off most of the time, except for whenever I'm running the open lobbies like I previously mentioned at the beginning of this video. For cloud save settings, I'm going to leave that enabled. I'm not messing with the file management stuff, and all of my network settings here. That's pretty much straightforward. I'm leaving graphic content enabled, profanity filter enabled, because I want to keep my chat as clean as possible if people are using the on-screen chat while I'm making videos or while I'm live streaming. I'm turning off friend request notifications. I don't want them popping up on my screen. Party invites I'll leave open off the start unless they get overwhelming. Matchmaking delay I have disabled, and the code names for other players and myself I have disabled as well. So that's the settings I'm going with at the start of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are going to be using anything different. I would love to know what sensitivities you guys are playing at off the start as well. Can't wait to see you guys in game for another live stream or another video. Thank you so much for checking this out. Please click the thumbs up and subscribe if this helped you out in any way. I'll see you guys soon in another live stream or another video. Thank you so much.
I can't lose, I'ma pass through if I have to. Teach them all like a classroom, If I want it, then I get it. Work hard, don't regret it, yeah, I said it, Head down, I'm focused, you know this. They know this, show this, mind blowing. Keep going, showing, I'm growing, flowing and coasting. I'm owning, work hard, play hard, let the party start. Can't lose when I'm giving out bars, yeah, can't lose when I'm giving out art. Yeah, confused, man, it's just the start. I will not fucking lose, swear to God, pay my dues. Never lost in the views, and I'm not quitting soon. Never stop what I do, I'm the boss in the room. Selling stocks, make a move till the top.